he died. We all saw him die. In 2007, Dr. Robert Neville charged into a swarm of Darkseekers with a grenade in his fist, saved the cure, saved the girl, saved the boy, and blew himself into a fine red mist that settled over the ruins of Manhattan like snow. Theaters erupted in applause. The credits rolled. Will Smith was dead. The story was over. The end. Except it wasn't. Because somewhere in the dark, buried in the DVD extras that most people never watched, there was another ending. An ending where Neville didn't die. An ending where he realized the monsters he'd been experimenting on weren't monsters at all. An ending where he lived. And for 18 years, that alternate ending sat in the shadows like a virus waiting to mutate. Now, in 2026, it has. I Am Legend 2 is officially clawing its way out of the grave. And the man who died on screen is coming back to life. Will Smith is returning as Robert Neville. Michael B. Jordan, one of the most electrifying actors of his generation, is joining him as the leader of a new settlement in Connecticut. A man who has built civilization from the ashes while Neville was supposedly rotting in a Manhattan lab. But here is the psychological blade that cuts deeper than any Darkseeker bite. This sequel is not just continuing a story, it is rewriting the memory of everyone who watched the original. If you saw Neville die in theaters, you witnessed a sacrifice that meant something. A man who gave everything to save humanity. And now, that sacrifice is being retconned into a lie. The theatrical ending, the one that made $585 million worldwide, the one that cemented Smith as the last man on Earth, is being erased, replaced, deleted like a file that no longer serves the franchise. Akiva Goldsman, the original co-writer, has returned to pen the sequel, and he has made it brutally clear. This film will build from the alternate ending and the original Richard Matheson novel, where Neville discovers that he, not the infected, is the true monster, the legend that haunts their new world. Stephen Capel Jr., the director who resurrected Creed II and then crashed Transformers: Rise of the Beasts into the box office, has officially signed on to helm the project for Warner Brothers as of April 2026. He confirmed the attachment during the press tour for Netflix's Man on Fire remake, adding another blockbuster to a slate that already includes multiple Paramount projects. But here is where the hope curdles into dread. There is still no production start date, no release date, no locked schedule. Michael B. Jordan told People magazine in 2024 that they were still working on the script and getting that up to par. Will Smith told Revolt TV in 2025 that Jordan's character is the head of a settlement in Connecticut. A detail so specific it feels like a promise, and so vague it feels like a threat. The script has been in development since 2022. 4 years. 4 years of still in the works. 4 years of a dead man walking around Hollywood meetings, refusing to accept his own obituary. And the most terrifying question of all is not whether the Darkseekers will return. It is whether the audience will. Because I Am Legend was never just a zombie movie. It was a meditation on isolation, on grief, on the crushing weight of being the last human voice in a world that has moved on without you. Sam the dog died, and a generation cried. Neville died, and a generation accepted that some stories end because they must. Now, Warner Brothers is betting that same generation will pay to watch a studio resurrect a corpse and pretend the funeral never happened. Michael B. Jordan says he is excited to work with someone he's looked up to for a really long time. Will Smith says they have a solid collaboration. The words are right. The chemistry could be extraordinary, but underneath every interview, every tease, every carefully worded update, there is a silence that sounds like a warning. The alternate ending showed Neville handing the female Darkseeker back to her mate and walking away. Peaceful, redeemed, alive. But alive for what? To grow old in a world that no longer belongs to him? To watch a younger man build what he could not? To discover that the cure he spent 3 years hunting was never his to give. I Am Legend 2 is not a sequel. It is an autopsy of a sacrifice. It is a studio asking us to forget what we saw, to unfeel what we felt, to pretend that the grenade was just a firecracker and the blood was just ketchup. And if we accept that, if we buy the ticket and swallow the lie, then maybe the real legend was never Robert Neville. Maybe the real legend is Hollywood's ability to convince us that death is just a plot point, and that the only thing more immortal than a virus is a franchise. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to decide whether you want to watch a dead man walk back into the light, or whether some endings are better left in the dark, where they belong.